Hey guys, how's it going? I am WWE Hall of Famer Lita, welcoming you to General Admission Wrestling.
Last week was not supposed to be about us. Last week was supposed to be a story of two friends fighting over the greatest prize in wrestling, and more importantly, the debut of the soon-to-be Tag Team Champions. Yes, we facilitated that. But Aleister Black had to make this all about himself, as he usually does. That's all anyone was treated to when he was world champion. That's why we are here now. So in what was supposed to be a training week for us, I am here as the advocate for the reigning, defending, undisputed GAW champion Brock Lesnar. Aleister Black, I want you to know this. We were not amused by your stunt. But we also were not intimidated. You believed that you could get into the mind of the most dangerous, most feared, most decorated combat athlete in the history of the world, but you couldn't understand the reason Brock Lesnar got all the accolades he's ever gotten, and it's because no one has ever been able to get into his head. There is no chance you will be the first, my friend, but I appreciate that you will serve as the sacrificial lamb for anyone else who thinks Brock Lesnar's mind can be bent by any pathetic attempt. I think I speak for all of us when I say, shut the hell up. Just handpicking your opponents and pretending you're tough enough to put your title on the line against them doesn't make you anything more than a fraud. That's all you and Brock Lesnar have ever been. Aleister Black was right. People were complacent around here, and that's the only reason you could come in here. So thank you for waking us all up. Are you quite finished yet? See, it would be damaging to your narrative if Brock Lesnar were to, say, offer his title up to someone he didn't pick. Someone who feels very confident in questioning the greatest wrestler in the world. Cody, Brock Lesnar is afraid of no one, you least of all. So we'd like to see you next week try to back up all that talk. Folks, what an opening to the show, and I feel confident in saying next week we're going to see it. Brock Lesnar puts his world title on the line against Cody Rhodes. Will Aleister Black be there, or will Brock Lesnar pick up his third consecutive successful defense of the World Championship? We'll find out next week. Listen to the reaction for Bianca Belair as she now is in a position to challenge for the World Championship. She's in a much different situation now in her career than the last time she stepped up against a world champion this good. Of course, that resulted in the shortest world championship match in the history of GAW against a perennial fan favorite in Asuka. Well, now the tables have turned and Bianca looks excellent, and she looks excellent as she intends to go up against one of the most unpopular champions that we've seen in recent history in GAW. I think a big reason for that is because of what Dakota Kai did to Asuka to win the World Championship. So Bianca Belair has clearly, at least in some part, gotten into Dakota Kai's head and made her believe that maybe she could be looking at the challenger that's finally going to take that World Championship from her. Ruby Riott always inspires a fan reaction, but I think at this particular moment, fans are understanding that Bianca Belair has the chance to do something that no one has done since Nitro, and that is take the Women's World Championship off of Dakota Kai. So unfortunately, Ruby Riott is on the wrong end of what fans really want to see, and that is Dakota Kai no longer as champion. Belair has pinned Dakota Kai already, albeit with the help of Ronda Rousey. So who's to say she couldn't do it with the title on the line? Let's see what she's got today. Folks, if you're looking for something to do, coming out with us on Twitch at Griff_from GA. We got a great community, lots of wrestling references, the best soundboard in the business. So come hang out if you like video games. Again, just search Griff_from GA or check the link in the description. Let's see what Ruby Riott's got here. Certainly, it's not unprecedented to see a #1 contender pinned during their quest for a championship match. So Ruby Riott can get herself into a really good position here if she is going to pin Belair in this scenario. So let's see what she's got. Ruby, of course, is also coming off a challenge for a championship here in GAW. Challenge for the U.S. Championship back at Northern Lights. Belair looking to make quick work here of Ruby Riott, less than 1 minute in. Belair with the KOD. It has put away so many up until this point, and Bianca Belair leg hooked within 1 minute. Bianca Belair has conquered Ruby Riott, and what a message that sends to Dakota Kai. Look at the dominance of Bianca Belair, but Dakota Kai, hang on, Kai's in the ring, and Dakota Kai with a German suplex off the middle rope. Dakota Kai has jumped Bianca Belair from behind, and now the world champion stares down her opponent. It's Ronda Rousey. It's Ronda Rousey. Has come in, and now Kai's looking at a 2-on-1. Dakota Kai, does she want this problem? Rousey staring her down. Does Dakota Kai want this issue with Ronda Rousey? You can cut the tension with a knife here between these two. Rousey backing Dakota Kai off, and Kai's out. Dakota Kai is out of the ring. Ronda Rousey has chased the world champion away. No one questions Brock Lesnar's status as one of the greatest wrestlers ever, me least of all. But as we know, arrogance, no matter how justified, breeds complacency. I already see it setting in on Brock Lesnar the way it's set in on me. The only difference is I don't need a briefcase to reclaim what's mine. So much drama going on with both world championships, whether it's Ronda Rousey doing everything she can to disrupt Dakota Kai, or it's Aleister Black trying to chase down Brock Lesnar. This is one of the most exciting times to be a fan of Friday Night Storm. Really the most exciting time in history to be a fan of General Admission Wrestling. So if you're here, thank you. And if you're not here, well, I don't know where I was going with that. If you are here, tell your friends, share on social media if you enjoy this. What really makes this special is the community that we have around here. British Strong Style has had issues as a team up until now. We've seen certain degrees of single success both from Pete Dunne and from Tyler Bate, but unfortunately as a team, a 2-4 record here in season 2 is not exactly what these two guys would have envisioned here, and it's not going to get any easier as they go up against the tag team champions today. The Usos do have their own issues to deal with right now. In the tag team division, we have, of course, TMDK and War Machine that have been battling for weeks. The Usos wondering who their next challenger will be, and Paul Heyman seems to think that Ricochet and Robbie Eagles, who we saw debut last week, could be the guys. So it's an interesting time in the tag team division right now. The ever-popular tag team champions, the Usos, 8-0, undefeated here in Season 2. And they have been just excellent with those tag team championships around their waist. They are the tied for the longest reigning current champions in GAW after Aleister Black lost his world championship. Both the Usos and Dakota Kai have held the titles since Nitro 10. So now I guess the question is, who will be first to dethrone the champions? By the way, if you love this entrance theme or any of the music you hear in General Admission Wrestling, just check out our Spotify playlist. Link is down in the description or on the website, generaladmissionwrestling.com. All the music from across General Admission Wrestling can be found all in one place. Well, British Strong Style can turn all of their Season 2 woes around with a big win here against the Tag Team Champions, and done with a powerbomb. Well, that'll certainly help. You can hear the fans fully behind Jimmy and Jey Uso. As popular as Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate may be, I think the Usos are kings of the tag team division, but Pete Dunne float over DDT. We know that if you pin the champions, you get yourself a title match. That much has become clear in GAW, and Pete Dunne doing his best. Deadlift powerbomb. Dunne, first cover of the match here as Tyler Bate gets over to play defense. Jey Uso out of the way of that attack. Jimmy Uso, meanwhile, kicks out. We know the Usos, we know how intelligent they are. We know how hard they work. And as a result, they have been unbeatable over the last 2 seasons. A combined 21-2 record over the last 2 seasons here in GAW. And it looks very unlikely that anyone will be able to unseat them right now. British Strong Style hopes that they have the key. They have yet to face the Usos this year in GAW, so maybe they've got something that other teams don't have going up against the tag team champions. Big forearm strike from Jimmy Uso, and now it looked like he was going to go for a tag, but Pete Dunne rolls out and disrupts the rhythm of the tag team champions. I think that's what you have to do, really. You have to keep them guessing. You got to keep them working. As Jimmy Uso sends Pete Dunne into the barricade. Yeah, you got to keep the Usos on their toes. You can't let them get into a rhythm, and that's what Pete Dunne is trying to do by moving to the outside here, but Jimmy Uso sends him ribs first into the announce table. That one's tough. Jimmy Uso, thrust kick, caught by Dunne. I don't know if he was looking for his patented super kick or if he was going to go lower with that, but now Jimmy Uso just unloading some big strikes on Dunne. Look at this, just backing Pete Dunne up. Now going for a slam. That would be dangerous on the outside. Pete Dunne able to counter that one. Dunne trying to get back into the ring, and Jimmy Uso now again just going to make him play by his rules here on the outside of the ring. That is something the Usos have done so well since becoming tag team champions. They've utilized the ring and ringside area so beautifully, and we've seen it in cage matches, we've seen it in tornado matches, falls count anywhere matches, we've seen it all. Pete Dunne, nice Frankensteiner, and now Dunne gonna get a tag in. Here comes Tyler Bate. First tag of the match goes to British Strong Style. Very interesting, as the Usos known for frequent tags, but look at the big strong boy, Tyler Bate. Deadlift, German with a bridge, and Jimmy Uso kicks out. Tyler Bate trying to bring the offense straight to Jimmy Uso. It's a smart strategy, knowing that Pete Dunne's punishing offense is tough to deal with, and Jimmy has been in this match for the duration. Tyler Bate looking for a suplex. Jimmy Uso, knee to the top of the head, comes down off of that one, and now into the corner goes Bate. And Jimmy Uso, look, Jey Uso signaling for it as Jimmy, big right hand shot. Jimmy Uso out of the corner. The fans know what's coming. The Usos have made this famous across the world. Superplex to the outside. The Usos have made that one famous. How many wrestlers across GAW have we seen do that since the Usos have become the best tag team in the world? Up to the top goes Jimmy Uso, but Tyler Bate was able to get a tag in from Pete Dunne. Jimmy Uso dove all the way across the ring with a flying lariat. I think he came down poorly on his knee, but he did what he needed to do. He stunned Pete Dunne, and now Dunne working 2-on-1. That was an absolute shock for Pete Dunne. Tag in, here comes Jey Uso rather. I think Jimmy needs a tag after tweaking his knee on that landing pop-up. Samoan drop. This is why the Usos are so good. Cover here from Jey and the pop-up Samoan drop. Jey Uso celebrating after that as Jimmy Uso, my God, clears the length of the ring with a flying lariat and takes Pete Dunne completely by surprise, off his feet. Dunne thought he had the advantage after Tyler Bate came in for the tag, and here's another look at the pop-up Samoan drop. The Usos are so dangerous. They really, think of the number of ways the Usos have gotten wins in the past. It's probably almost a dozen different offensive moves that have given the Usos the wins in GAW. So the tag team champions remain the most dangerous team in GAW. Hang on, folks, we got to get backstage. We join you here as our cameras are picking up Hanson and Shane Thorne, War Machine and TMDK going at it backstage. It's Hanson and Shane Thorne, and I'm being told that Nick Miller and Rowe are also getting into it as well. They cannot separate TMDK and War Machine, and there is Rowe rather of War Machine and Nick Miller of the mighty Don't Kneel, as both teams getting into this hellacious brawl back here. You cannot keep these teams separated. Oh God, neck breaker from Nick Miller, but Rowe right back to his feet. You can see the hatred that these teams have for each other, and it has not calmed down after their singles matches last week. Hanson tossing Shane Thorne. We gotta get someone back here to break this thing up, folks, as this could get dangerous for both teams, as all four members of the teams just brawling back here. We're gonna get someone to separate these two, but War Machine and TMDK, this is absolutely insane. Well, after separating TMDK and War Machine, we now get to the first of our two title matches going down here tonight on Friday Night Storm, and it is PAC finally getting an opportunity at the Intercontinental Championship. PAC has been on quite a winning streak as of late, as he has turned what has been a very disappointing Season 2 for him, has turned it completely around. Now an 8-6 record for PAC. His last loss on Friday Night Storm came to Will Ospreay, but since then, wins over Matt Riddle, Matt Hardy, and Cody Rhodes just on Storm have been a boon for the Bastard to really allow him to step up and challenge Bandido for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, will he be the one who can finally conquer Bandido, who has looked fantastic in his reign as Intercontinental Champion? That's going to be the real question, but he might be one of the only people who can match Bandido's athleticism. So Bandido actually coming out here with Rey Mysterio and using Rey Mysterio's own music. This is something that we saw at Northern Lights when these two teamed together, but now Bandido deciding to use it for himself as the two members of the Latin American Exchange, all four members of LAX, will be in action tonight as Bandido with Mysterio in his corner defends the Intercontinental Championship, and coming up in our main event, Rosita defends the United States Championship against Ember Moon, and of course she will have Hernandez in her corner as well. Bandido, Rey Mysterio just psyching up the Intercontinental Champion. This is exactly what we saw them do at Northern Lights, which of course led to a tag team victory over Conor McGregor and Bobby Lashley. And now Bandido, the Intercontinental Champion, he is ready to go here against PAC. Was PAC expecting this, that he would come up against such an energized Bandido. I mean, if he was smart, he certainly would, and everyone knows PAC, one of the smartest wrestlers out there, but does he have the ability to take that Intercontinental Championship from Bandido? Let's find out here. Bell rings, and here comes Bandido right off the gate, moving like a flash of lightning. Bandido has held the championship since May of this year when he beat Bobby Lashley for it at After Party. Has since made 2 successful defenses, one over Will Ospreay, one over Shelton Benjamin. You can see full title histories of all of our championships dating back to 2005, by the way, over on the website generaladmissionwrestling.com. You can also find full recaps of all of our shows as they happen over on the website. Bandido with a Canadian Destroyer, and he is getting things started real fast here against the Bastard. Bandido showing his athleticism and his strength. Deadlift powerbomb. Man, Bandido, how good has he been? And now into the cover here first in the match to retain. Easy kick out from PAC. So Bandido certainly looks as though he's going to try to not allow PAC to go deep in this match. We know that that's what PAC has liked to do during this winning streak. He's liked to outwork, out-cardio his opponent's PAC with a Stampede-style power slam. We know that's worked so well for him. PAC to win the championship. Bandido kicks out. So it seems as though Bandido's trying to force this match to end earlier than PAC would have anticipated. But I think if there is anyone who has the cardio to compete with, oh wow, PAC with a Japanese-style arm drag as he caught Bandido coming in. PAC transitions, powerbomb position. PAC sends Bandido to the floor. God, the strength of the Bastard is just unbelievable. It is unreal, folks. Bandido pop up and just lets PAC hit the ground. That's a fair representation of what Bandido just had to do. Remember, 10-second count out here in title matches in GAW. Bandido caught PAC coming in with a face buster. This match has been everything that you would have hoped from these two stellar athletes so far, and now Bandido just sends PAC head first into the ring post. Rey Mysterio, I don't think anything untoward is going on there, just coaching the Intercontinental Champion. How much has Rey Mysterio meant to Bandido since the two joined up? Well, Bandido, he did not have a singles match in GAW last year, but he won the Goldberg Beat the Clock Challenge with the help of Rey Mysterio, and now he has not lost a singles match in Season 2 because of Rey Mysterio. It's been an incredible run for Bandido. But PAC looking to end that run with a basement drop kick. We'll see if PAC goes to the brutalizer early on, earlier than what we're used to seeing from him. Let's see, I think Bandido, you don't need to tell him how dangerous the brutalizer is. You get that locked in, it's over. Bandido, speaking of dangerous submissions, look at this. Armbar applied here from Bandido as PAC has his right arm caught and bent at a very unnatural angle. PAC able to just wrench his arm out of there, and you won't see a single bit of pain in PAC's face, but I can assure you that that arm is severely damaged. Bandido Escalera into the Hurricane Rana. This luchador is competing at just an unbelievable level. Bandido has been incredible, and now Bandido sends PAC out. Uh-oh, Bandido Heat Seeker. That's how he won the Goldberg Beat the Clock Challenge. It's how he won the Intercontinental Championship, and now it's how Bandido defends for the third time. What a match. Wow. What an incredible contest, and PAC, I mean, he did everything he could, but Bandido was just too good on this occasion. Tell me how much Rey Mysterio has meant to Bandido as you see the effect of what Mysterio has meant to the Intercontinental Championship. Add that to the list of successful defenses for Bandido. And here's another look at the Heat Seeker that retained his championship. How dangerous has that become for Bandido? I mean, think about the number of moves that he has employed to win matches over season 2, and you can hear the fans, Rey Mysterio allowing Bandido his moment to celebrate the Intercontinental Championship. Classy as always from the patriarch of the Latin American Exchange, and in many ways the patriarch of Lucha Libre Wrestling in the United States over the last 25 years, and now Rey Mysterio certainly passing that on to Bandido in a big way here in General Admission Wrestling. Folks, we have a huge event coming up for you on Monday, October 11th. It's GAW Academy, Stormchaser, Liverpool, and what an incredible card that is going to be. Devin Andrews, the brother of the Academy champion, has his first match in General Admission Wrestling as he takes on Scott Danielson. But where will that match even take place? It won't be in a GAW ring. We'll have to find out. The Titans will defend their tag team championships against the Las Vegas Connection. Midnight defends his Raw championship against Jackal. Ulysses Sky returns and tries to go for revenge against Igris. Valeska Pierce has her first official defense of the Academy Women's Championship, and she goes against the legend Lazara. And in the main event, Kurt Andrews will put his title on the line against the underground legend Lancelot. It is heated between those two, to say the very least. They will finally meet in the ring. And in addition to all of that, Eddie Hernandez returns. He's been hinting at it for weeks, but the face of the GAW Academy will return to address the fans. Once again, that all goes down October 11th, Stormchaser Liverpool. Make sure you subscribe right here to GAW so you can see it. Coming up next is our main event. Rosita puts the US title on the line. Ember Moon is coming off an unsuccessful challenge for the GAW Women's World Championship, but that doesn't mean that she isn't still one of the most talented wrestlers in the world, and she has spoken out against Rosita, saying that Rosita, as U.S. champion, not exactly the best representative of the wrestlers in GAW, using Hernandez to help her out, help her retain that championship. I'm inclined to agree, but you can't argue with what Rosita has done here in Season 2, a 6-3 record. She has held the U.S. Championship for most of Season 2 after she won it from Bianca Belair back in July. So this will be Rosita's second defense of the U.S. title. Let's see if Ember Moon is able to make sure that second defense, well, that it actually is the 6th title change in the history of this U.S. title. Well, we already saw the Latin American Exchange come out earlier, Bandido and Rey Mysterio, and in a terrific match, Bandido defended the Intercontinental Championship. Rosita and Hernandez have a much different idea of what a title defense should constitute, what a good championship reign constitutes. And we've seen Hernandez and Mysterio come to, they've certainly disagreed fervently about that philosophy in the past. That hasn't stopped either Bandido or Rosita from representing their championships and representing them in dominant fashion. Neither has lost since winning their titles. So I guess you can't argue with either method. The only thing you can say is which one is moral and which one is not. That's the real question. But, I think Hernandez would certainly tell you that however you can retain the championship is the moral way to do things. I think Rosita would agree as well. So let's see if Hernandez gets involved in any way here against Ember Moon. Certainly Moon would constitute someone who is dangerous enough to take the championship from Rosita. I would think so anyway. So let's see if Hernandez decides to make himself a story here, as he has done in Rosita's matches in the past. Rosita's last defense came at Northern Lights against Ruby Riott. So this will be the first time in over a month that Rosita puts that United States Championship on the line here. Let's see if Ember Moon can spoil the proceedings. Hey, if you want to follow all of the happenings with General Admission Wrestling, just follow us on social media, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Links are all down in the description, or you can search General Admission Wrestling. You can follow all of the goings-on across GAW and relive some of our greatest moments, including the famous shooting star press from Brock Lesnar back at Northern Lights. If you missed that, go on TikTok right now. It's our most viewed video, and go watch it. It is incredible. You know, we talked last match about how much Rey Mysterio has meant to Bandido, how big of an effect he has played to transforming Bandido into now the dominant champion he is, as Rosita going up top here against Moon. This is typically where Ember Moon likes to be, but Rosita from the top of the missile drop kick, and Moon sends her crashing down to the canvas. Cover here, and it's an easy kick out from Rosita. So as good as Bandido has gotten under the tutelage of Rey Mysterio, I think Hernandez has possibly meant even more to Rosita. Hernandez with when he came back, Rosita was 2-4 in singles matches in season 1. Hernandez came back, helped Rosita get a championship match at Nitro 10 against Tegan Knox, and then ultimately helped Rosita win the championship from Tegan Knox. And Knox, Rosita now with Hernandez's help, has gone 6-3 in season 2. So Hernandez has meant so much to Rosita, and that's what LAX have been about. Ember Moon with a diving knee drop, and Rosita out of the way with the warning of Hernandez. And you can see how much he has meant. That's what LAX is about, is taking these legendary wrestlers and using them to help prop up the next generation, help them ascend, help them become the next generation of dominant wrestlers. And certainly in both Bandido and Rosita's cases, they have, I think, absolutely done that. Ember Moon going to bring Rosita back into the ring the hard way with a suplex. That's the strength of Ember Moon. Incredible athlete she is. She also is so strong for someone of her size. Moon front flip splash, and Rosita out of the way. Hernandez again warning her what was going to happen there. Now Rosita sends her over the top, and Hernandez barking orders. Rosita with a DDT stands up Ember Moon on the hardest part of the ring. And I don't just mean the apron, I mean that LED board right there. Ember Moon goes head first, and now Rosita just catapults her into the ring. Hernandez cheering her on the whole way as Rosita springboard drop kick. Incredible athleticism. But again, Ember Moon moves out of the way of that one. Caught Rosita coming in. Moon trying to steal the championship. Rosita kicks out. Oh, we have yet to see Hernandez get involved yet. But Ember Moon certainly looking good here against Rosita. This is not a one-sided affair by any stretch of the imagination. Into the corner, and Ember Moon setting up Rosita here. We know what might be coming for Moon. Front flip, splash, and again, Rosita moves out of the way. Ember Moon eats a turnbuckle for that, and a super kick from Rosita. Steady diet of turnbuckles and super kicks for Ember Moon. Rosita drags her into the middle of the ring. Cover here, and Ember Moon kicks out. Hernandez hasn't been needed as of yet. We'll see if that changes here. Nice takedown from Ember Moon. Hernandez he's been playing it pretty cool in this match so far. Not as much involvement as we're used to seeing from him. I don't know if he's wary about the implications of what he does in a title match like this. We'll have to see, as Moon and Rosita battling in that corner. Fans trying to will on Ember Moon to the win here. Moon front flip, splashing for the third time. Rosita out of the way in a drop kick. Man, how good has Rosita been? Ember Moon into the corner. Rosita, ooh, little slap. So Hernandez, his coaching is certainly helping Rosita here. We haven't seen him get physically involved the way he tends to in matches like this. Rosita's got Ember Moon up against the ropes. Rosita, Irish whip. Rosita ducks underneath. Rosita, exchange. The pop in the hips and the velocity that Ember Moon crashes to the canvas. Rosita, leg hooked, and Rosita retains the U.S. Championship. Hernandez, not as big a factor as he usually is. But man, a hellacious match and two great title matches here on Friday Night Storm, both involving LAX and both ending with LAX standing tall. Two very different philosophies, but the very same result here for Rosita and Bandido, with Hernandez and Rey Mysterio. So for LAX, and this has really been the case from the beginning of that group, that they have two very differing philosophies, but at the end of the day, it's whatever works, right? And that certainly seems to be the case here with Hernandez and oh, no way. Wow, you are kidding me. Shayna Baszler is back. We have not seen Shayna Baszler since 2 months before Northern Lights. I mean, it has been months since Shayna Baszler has been here. Baszler has talked about someone who has not had success in GAW the way she would have wanted. Baszler going to enter the ring against Rosita. Oh my God, Baszler just staring down the United States champion. Baszler has not collected a singles win in GAW, but elsewhere she has been as dominant as you would want her to be, whether it's Stardom, whether it's Impact. I mean, she has been just unbelievably dominant since leaving GAW, and now she's back against the U.S. champion Rosita, trying to collect her emotions, but Shayna Baszler, it looks like she has herself a new target.